Son of a bitch, I was muted. Son of a bitch. Streamlabs, why do you do this to me? So, I'll re-give my spiel real quick. Of how this game is hella weird. Because you think a normal dating game would be like, hey! You play as you play as this character who's essentially yourself. You go through it multiple times. There's the main story, but then you pick a person you want to focus on, or in this case a cat, that you want to date, reach the ending, and like, there's like the main story like you're going through and focusing on, but then you also focus on just like one cat to like romance and get to the ending with, and then you just replay it over and over again to get the true story or whatever. In this case, Perfect Date when nah fam, we're doing dating differently. You get to play as multiple characters who are trying to scratch at the surface of the truth, and you replay over and over again, and you're dating multiple cats, but you actually don't solve the main mystery until I assume the last chapter or the last scientist you play as, which is wild to me. So let's try that again. We were at chapter 2. Can we restart chapter 2? Or am I stuck with what I got at? Let me see. Okay, let me restart the start of the chapter. And yes, I picked Draksketcher to now go on this mystery because I don't want to do it. I already made my cat do it the first route. And now I'm making my boyfriend do it. So and he's just gonna be like, why am I in your cat game? Anyway, let's do this again. Alright, I'm finally here. So this infamous Cat Island, the place I'll call home for the next 2 months. When I initially received a letter saying I had been placed on a reserves list for the job, I thought that was probably a kind way of saying, no thanks, and put it out of my mind. The fact that there's a reserves list, they know that these assistants keep mysteriously disappearing, and they're just going through their assistants like they're going through money. Like, it's just, these people are just going on. Hi, Zoe. I was talking about you 2 seconds ago. Is this why you showed up? Anyway, so imagine my surprise when sometime later, I got a call saying there was an opening for me. Should I still be interested? I have a sudden pain of nerves that it's all a dream, and rummage through my bag until I find the proof that puts my mind at ease. There we go. Oh, I gotta read this again. Ah! All these letters, I'm so confused. Hi, Cat. Zoe! Really? DPRI Corporation. Dear Drac, we are pleased to be able to offer you the position of research assistant to Professor Popper at our research facility on Cat Island. The position will be for an initial period of 8 weeks. Your contract will be signed separately. We look forward to working with you. Yours sincerely, Professor Popper, PhD, BSc, Hans, DPG. Are you just hoping someone will give you treats? I think this is why the only time you bother me during streams is because you know sometimes people give you treats. No mistake. That's my name, right there on the top left-hand corner. And there's his name at the bottom, the genius behind this whole operation. Professor Popper. I think, is this dialogue the exact same, or do they try to change it? I have no idea if they try to change the dialogue at all. I don't remember, because it's been a month or 2 since I last played, so I don't know if the dialogue's the exact same. It kind of seems kind of familiar, but I'll have to check my old video to see. The ferryman comes out from behind the steering wheel and shouts rather briskly? Briskly? Oh, this man. Bub. Take all your belongings. We won't be back for days, so don't leave nothing you'll need. Thanks, Skipper. He totally ignores me, so I pick up my bags and disembark. A beefy-looking man, who I presume is island security, is waiting for me on the jetty. Hello. ID card. Oh, of course. I reach into my back pocket and show the laminated card I was given on the mainland. I can read. Jack, date issued January 3rd, 2000. Oh no, sorry. March 1st of 2017. It's the European order of dates. Yeah, I have to check my old video because now I'm wondering when Zoe's ID card was issued. I wonder if it's like an every summer kind of thing, so like every year it just gets worse and worse. He barely looks at it before striding off, grunting over his shoulder. This way. I follow him down a dirt track path and get my first proper view of the island. It's beautiful. After no more than a couple of minutes trekking, we're in base camp, which is modest, but functional. It's a bit like glamping. Oh, like glamorous camping? What kind of word is that? What? What? What is that? That's not a word. Here. He stopped at the largest of the tents, indicating that I should go inside. Fabulous. Zoe, calm down, cat. As I enter, the professor looks up from his paperwork. Come in, you must be Drak. Delighted to have you on board. Thank you, sir. It's an honor to meet you. Must be exhausted after your long journey. Let me offer you some for refreshment. Water, coffee, something stronger, perhaps a little whiskey. Okay, what would Drak would pick? It'd be rude to let you drink whiskey on your own. Well, if you're having one, it'd be rude to let you drink whiskey on your own. Jolly good! I can tell you and I are going to get along famously. I did not pick that before. Yes. He takes a swig from the bottle and passes it to me. I try not to show my self-consciousness and surreptitiously wipe the neck with my sleeve before taking a modest sip. I don't expect you to begin work until tomorrow, so I'll give you your kit and some basic instructions, and then leave you to relax for the rest of the evening. Thank you, sir. Sounds great. Okay, so, first things first. This is your basic kit. It goes over the pile of tools and equipment, explaining each of them in turn. It's all standard stuff until... And this is your catalog. He holds up something that looks a lot like a mobile phone. Catalog. Do we have to really go through this all over again? We know what a catalog is. Drax doesn't, but we do. Yes, it was initially designed to record and store data on the cats, but we've come a long way since then. There's even a chipping pen that comes with it to tag cats so that we can keep track of them. It's an extremely valuable piece of equipment, Drak, and cannot easily be replaced, so I need you to guard it with your life, if needs be. I think he's joking at first, but he looks so intense that I decide to take him seriously. Yes, sir, of course I will. Good! You'll get to know all the functions as you go along, but for now, I suggest we take a stroll out and see if we can't find a few cats that you can try it out on. So I spend the next hour scanning cats until under the watchful eye of the professor. Are you gonna? Yes, Zoe. It's Gatorade. Can I not drink it? I have no idea who Drax is gonna romance. Excuse me. We'll find out. As I unpack and settle into my tent, I notice something odd. A little dugout under my bed. I reach in and pull out an unexpected find. The personal journal of the previous research assistant, the one before me. I must have forgotten it. Or left it behind. Zoe! It's an absolute gold mine of information. It's going to get me up to speed with how it all works around here in no time. Oh, thank goodness. However, it seems something else was happening here on the island. Something that was troubling them. I get the feeling there's far more going on here than the professor would have me know. In spite of my increasing tiredness, I continue to read, and the journal gets weirder and weirder, to the point where I'm not sure whether I'm still reading or if I've dozed off and am now dreaming of talking cats and kidnappings. Eventually, I lose the battle and drift into a deep sleep. I wake with a start, and it takes me a moment to get my brain into gear. I could hear a scratching sound and the rustling of paper coming from the tent flap. It's a cat with something in its mouth. Suddenly, I'm wide awake. No! It has the journal. Wait! But it has disappeared into the night. Before I know it, I'm out in the cold of night chasing it, running with all my might. I must get that book back. It has everything I need to know in it. I think last time we were running because the cat grabbed the catalog. There we go. And now this time it's the journal. I think. Don't quote me on it. Barefoot, dressed only in a t-shirt and shorts, running at full speed into the forest in the dark of night. This is familiar. I know. I read this in the journal. Something similar happened to the previous assistant. Okay, cool. We're acknowledging all this. Yet, here I am, falling into the same trap. I must be crazy. I slowed to a stop. I think I'm going to be sick. I realize, of course, I'm close to the danger zone. Everything goes black and I fall to the ground. I open my eyes. A calico cat, one that I scanned yesterday, is standing in front of me. She drops the journal from her mouth. I pass out. Oh my gosh, there's a lot more cats than before. What's going on? Hello, I say, can you hear me? Are you okay? Here we go again. Move back a bit, let them breathe. Has it been bitten? The Sphinx cat is standing over me, staring as I open my eyes. Yes, definitely bitten. Look at his hand. I bring my hand up to my face, and through blurry vision, I can make out several deep scratches and puncture marks. The cats watch me intently. Is this real? I read something in the journal about kidnapping. Catnapping? We're sorry. It was the only way. You stole the journal. Oh, but I gave it back to you. But why did you take it? To lure you out here, sucker! There's no need for rudeness, Kibbles! My head has begun to clear, and I realize that if I can talk to these cats, not only is it all true, but it's already too late. I have the sickness. We need to have a talk, human. No, we don't. I know what's going on here. I read all about it from your last victim. Now, Cora, that's not very nice. We prefer to think of you as our champion and friend. McMurphy, you silver-tongued Irish charmer! My reputation goes before me! Oh, I know you all from... who you all are from the journal, so let's cut to the chase here. We just did that, dummy. You know what I mean. What happens now? Oh, it's Zoe! Oh, that's you, baby! You became a spotted brown cat. Even though you're really a calico, but don't worry. Yeah, see? You see? Yeah. Keep reading the notes. That will tell you all we know so far. Hang on, who are you? You're not mentioned in the journal. You figure it out. It's not my problem anymore. The new cat slinks off towards the forest area. Ah! Oh, don't worry about them. They're preoccupied elsewhere. So, what do you say? Are you gonna help us or... oh, sorry. So, what are you going to say? Are you going to help us or not? Help the kitties! I suppose my fate is already sealed. I may as well do my best to help you sort this mess out. Spoken like a true champion. Well, let's hope this one's better than the last one. I thought the last one was pretty good, actually. What the fuck is that picture? Unfortunately, they didn't get very far with discovering an antidote or what happened to our friends. My catalog starts beeping. Oh, my alarm! I have to get to work. Zoe, your character already left the scene. What are you doing? Oh, and thanks from all of us. I think, knowing Drak, he might be into Trixie. Maybe. I make it back to the lab fairly quickly, considering how little sleep I've had. I wonder if that's one of the effects of the feline transition? I imagine my agility levels will change. I'm strangely excited about getting to work on the antidote. It's the sort of challenge I love. I'm just about to enter the lab to begin my legitimate work when the catalog beeps a message without any contact information. Some things are best kept... What the fuck? Ominous? I don't have the time to work this puzzle out right now, though. I'm already going to be late for work if I don't get a move on. The professor is already working when I arrive, but miraculously, I'm not late, so there's no fuss. I get through the day as efficiently as possible and head back to my tent as soon as my work is done. I want to get to grips with finding out all I can as soon as possible. I wonder what happens when you click "Don't help the kitties." Does the game just end? I don't think I'm gonna do this just yet, but I just want to see who the options are. Oh, Trixie's locked. And we have already completed Snooty Booty. Kibbles is locked, and Unknown is locked. But we have McBurfy, and we have Floofy Boot. Or Floofy Butt, sorry. Might go with Floofy Butt. We'll see. But I don't want to do that just yet. Let's do research. And it's just that I've already done some of it. Yeah. Oh, there's only one new one. Research 4. I never thought I could add feline hairstylist to my CV, but it looks like today is my lucky day. Alright, let's do it. I put on my latex gloves and gather my tools. Brush, scissors, swabs, kitty wipes. I was like, am I imagining this music? But no, it's just going, meow, meow, meow. Like, oh my word, that's hilarious. I can't help but think I've forgotten something. Ah, of course, treats. Treat? You know that word, don't you? I leave the tent and head for the labs, stopping to stroke a few of the something. Sorry, actually. Drak, are you okay? I think you're worse off than Zoe was. Meow, meow, meow. I call out to the lazing subjects as I enter the lab. Looky, looky, what have I got? I shake the bag of treats, and the small lab erupts with hungry meows. If you want these, you'll have to behave, okay? I open the first crate, home of the grouchy old Mr. Bumble, and I gently lift him onto the counter and to be groomed. Morning, Grumpy. Let me check your ears. No debris. Lovely. I have a feeling you may be discharged in the next day or two. He was brought in with a mild infection, slight temperature, weepy eyes, but he seems to have recovered remarkably well. In fact, I'm going to recommend to Professor Popper that we release him by the end of the week. I give Mr. Bumble a cheeky cuddle before I begin to brush his matted fur. Wow, where does it all come from? There's enough fur here to make another cat. Mr. Bumble is beginning to get agitated and lets out a displeased grumble. I know. It's very annoying. Just got to trim you up a bit, and then you can get back to sleep. He resignedly lets me cut some of the hair around his bum and the back of his hind legs. Aren't you a good boy? Here we go. Nom-Nom. I pour some of the little fish-shaped treats onto the counter, and the ragamuffin practically inhales them. Now let's get you back into your cozy crate. I tuck him away and open the next one. Your turn, Socks. Just a cut and color, yeah? I snort at my own joke and begin brushing the little white cat. He's a lot more lively than old Bumble and keeps trying to bite the brush. Hey, don't make me get the harness, Socks. That's no fun for either of us. The cat seems to understand and settles down, only giving the brush an occasional nip when he thinks I won't notice. Oh, hello. What's this? I noticed a little red patch on his neck, just under his chin. Aw, no, we don't have bot flies, do we? Poor Socksy. I take the magnifying glass out of my inner pocket and examine the inflamed area closer. Ouch. Socks begins to struggle away from me. He must be in quite a lot of discomfort. It's okay, Socks. I'm just looking. I stroke the little cat to try and calm him down. I hate using sedatives on the subjects unless absolutely necessary. After a while, I'm able to get a better look at the wound. There doesn't seem to be anything living under here. I'm relieved I don't have to deal with any bot flies. I have no idea what that is. It looks strange. It's like a rash or a sore, but I'm not sure how or where he could have picked it up. I'm worried about how to proceed. Should I just clean it with some saline solution and let the air get to it, or should I put some of the Professor's Soothing Cream 116 on it and wrap it in gauze? I would do the saline solution. A sore like this should be cleaned with a little saline. No need for anything stronger. I'll reassess the need for Cream 116 if it hasn't cleared up in a few days. I'll pour some saline onto some gauze and gently clean Socksy's wound. Socksy. He squirms a little. It's not very comfortable for him, but generally he sits pretty well, and it's done in no time. Plus, wasn't Cream 116 something weird from the previous the previous chapter? Okay, let's do a recon. Oh, I got a couple. Trixie's been telling me about a strange phenomenon in a nearby rock pool. Justice001! Thank you for the follow. Appreciated. Welcome. Nearby rock pool. I've decided it's probably worth checking out. Snooty has brought me something intriguing. Or Snoots has brought me something intriguing. I better check it out. Let's do... I don't think we've interacted with Trixie much before, so let's do that. I wonder if the game, like, as we progress, it's just gonna get more, like, meow meow music and just it's gonna get crazy. I've taken some time off today so that Trixie could show me the water pool she's been telling me about. I have some sample bottles in my backpack, along with some food and a blanket. If it's nice, we can have a picnic lunch there. So, these pools appear to be different colors? They don't appear to be Humi. They are! Well, we can't prove that until we've tested them. Reflection, refraction, and dispersion can play some fancy tricks on the eye. Pooh to your testing! You take all the magic away, science person. It makes your world very dull, I think. Maybe you're right, Trixie. Let's wait and see what wonders you're going to show me, eh? That's right! This way. She disappears from sight. I run to the cliffside where she was walking and, looking over the edge, I can see that she's jumped to a small rock shelf, about 4 meters down from where I'm stood. Come on, you can do it. Don't be a fraidy cat. I'm more concerned about how I will get back up again, actually. There are kind of steps further along, but this way's closer to the entrance. Not wanting to appear too much of a killjoy, I clamber over the edge and lower myself down, dropping the last few feet. Yes. Oh my gosh, girl, you're gonna take off my headphones. Girl. Girl. You can't be a streamer. I mean, granted, probably more people would watch you than me, but come on. Impressive. You're getting a feline spring in your step. If you say so. I'm worried I may have twisted my ankle, but I don't want to say anything. Follow me, Springy. She's disappeared again. It's like keeping up with a jackrabbit. Follow my voice. And suddenly an alarming sound is coming from between two rock faces. It's high-pitched, screeching, and very loud. I squeeze through the crevice and am in what looks like a cave without a ceiling. Trix, stop! The sound is so amplified in this enclosure, it has become deafening. Sorry, Humi, but it feels so good. Have a try. What? Yell, shout, scream, sing! At the top of your voice, loud as you can! Oh, really? I feel self-conscious, but I am dying to have a go. You only live once, and it's so fabulous! She makes the noise again, and this time I join in. It's fantastic. The acoustics are something else. It's like an amphitheater. Eventually we run out of steam, and I flop to the ground, exhausted, but exhilarated too. After we have caught our breath, I'm ready to push onwards. We better get on if we don't want to be back too late. We're here! Oh! I'm surprised. I was expecting something more impressive, I suppose. Really? Really? Oh, okay. This is the place? I look around, and for the first time, I notice several small pools of water, not much larger than puddles, around the edges of the enclosure. Oh, I see. I bend down next to the nearest pool and see straight away that it is the deepest red. It looks like blood. Look at mine! Like liquid sky! Across the opposite side where Trixie is sitting, and sure enough, there is the clearest, richest blue water. And melted emeralds! Again, I follow her to find another pool, as green as spring foliage. Then another of deepest purple, one of orange, yellow, pink. I'm surprised they didn't be like, haha, yellow is like pee! Haha! Well, it certainly is as amazing as you said, Trix. How strange that they are all so different. What's causing it? It has to be a trick of the light. Put your hand in! Well, I'm not sure that's a good idea. There could... The writing is weird because there's like, I'm noticing little like grammatical issues and I don't know why that is. Oh, now you can see Zoe. Okay, this is perfect. There could be any number of bacteria making this happen. Best not to touch until we're sure it's safe. No? Okay. I've done it lots. It's fine. I glance over, and sure enough, she has her furry little paws in the golden-colored water. Somewhat reassured, I scoop some of the blue water up and sniff it. It smells wonderful, as though it has been perfumed. What is that smell? It's weirdly familiar. I take out my bottles and begin collecting the waters. My theory about the light is blown when I line the little bottles up together, and they each retain their original hue. Something is dyeing this water. Can't wait to get back to the lab to run some tests. You could go back the easy way if you like. Follow me. We head back along the rock shelf and go past the spot we jumped down on the way here. Further along there is an ascent, just as Trixie had said, but I would hardly call it steps. Someone has clearly tried to make a trail here, but it's excuse me. It's all a bit rough and ready. Further along still, I can make out a large, empty metal drum. It's rusted, obviously discarded some time ago. I get a closer look to see that there is a tab near the base and the remains of a label. I could barely make out the words. I take a picture of it with my catalog to decipher later.